Actors who portray Paul McCartney in movies and TV shows. Rod Culbertson.
I hear you've just signed a new group, Epi, called Jerry and the Pacemakers. Why don't you give it to them? I'm sure they could do the hit.
Well, Lennon, what would you do for the follow-up? That's just what I was saying, sir. A chip. No, not for me, thank you.
Well, if he doesn't want it, I'll have it.
It's the one with the grease on.
So,
Culbertson delivers a solid performance. His depiction captures much of Paul's charm, and he brings a youthful energy to the role. Despite the film's limitations and occasional historical inaccuracies, his performance stands out as a highlight. George Capel.
Excuse me, hold on, Paul. Could I just have a word? I've got a cup of tea for you. Mr. Epstein sent me. Okay. You are writing songs for the band, yeah?
They're not very good, are they?
Oh,
That's great, lad. That's how it should be. It's not like the old days when we had waltzes and fandangos and all that.
but waltzes used to exist. When did they start becoming wrong?
Dunno, way back. 20s, 30s.
Why? What happened?
We started seeing sense.
Capel fails to capture Paul's unique mannerisms, voice, or just overall persona. His wig is really obvious and his eyes kinda creep me out. No. Aidan Quinn.
So what are you saying?
I'm just saying that I thought I knew you pretty well, and I was surprised when you took up with this American girl and made her your wife, that's all.
Maybe you didn't know me as well as you thought you did.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe I didn't know myself so well either. It took me by surprise too. She's the best thing that ever happened to me. So don't go knocking her.
Quinn is the second best Paul for me. He brings significant emotional depth to his portrayal, and his performance is nuanced, capturing both Paul's charm and his vulnerabilities. Quinn and Jared Harris had a lot of chemistry as well. Mitch Weissman. Weissman was known for his resemblance to Paul, and he reportedly worked hard not only to capture his distinctive Liverpudlian accent, but to sing like him too. Daniel McGowan.
With all due respect, Mr. Epstein, you've never managed a rock and roll group before. Why should we trust you?
Because I'm a successful businessman, Paul. I own record stores and I have contacts in the music business everywhere, including London. But more importantly, I believe in you. Where do we sign?
McGowan doesn't quite deliver as nuanced a performance as some of the other Pauls on this list, but he does an okay job, much better than Philip McQuillan. Quentin Flynn. He's okay. Jack Black.
Remember that, Paul?
Of course I do. I booked him. I'm the leader of the Beatles.
But I have to say, I like your stuff. It's pretty good, and most of your records I really enjoy.
Well, we're big fans of your records, too. We like to think that Hard Day's Night is our guilty as charged.
Great record.
Excellent album. We learned a lot from
Great
it.
records.
Why don't you just let him decide if he wants to take LSD, he'll take it. He doesn't have to listen to you. You're not the boss of him.
Don't tell me what to say and what not to say, Paul McCartney.
I'm sick of you being so dark when I'm so impish and whimsical. I'm sick of it.
Hey, everyone. I've got a
sick of
brand
it.
new mantra. Paul's a big
Jack Black's portrayal is really meant to be a joke. It's funny and it's bad on purpose, not meant to be taken seriously. Thomas Brody Sangster.
I'm John. Paul. Want a beer? I'd love a tea. Is there any tea left, please?
There's no tea left, John.
No, didn't think so. So, did you watch us play? Yeah. And? Yeah, you all right? We're all right. You're all right. Ivan likes you and he's all right. How all right are you in one of those? Well, I'm all right. You got that back to front, haven't you, mate? Any requests? Yeah, that pink carnation is very dandy.
Can I borrow it?
How old are you? 15. When? Last month.
Thomas captures the essence of a young Paul, brimming with musical talent and ambition. His portrayal has been widely praised for its authenticity and nuance, though he conveys Paul in a much softer way than he probably was in the late 50s, but that's probably not the actor's fault. Andrew Scott. I really like Scott as an actor. His portrayal provides an intriguing interpretation of Paul during a tumultuous period for the Beatles. Scott captures the underlying tension and strain in the relationship between John and Paul, and his performance conveys the weight of the band's success and the personal and professional challenges that came with it. Kenneth Bryce.
It's not that bad.
Look, I'm not blaming you, but you, me, none of us know how to run a company.
Well, we're in agreement there, but we disagree on who. I think we should sign with Lee Eastman.
I've already signed with Alan Klein. And I spoke to George and Ringo, and they're going to sign with him as well.
Not me.
Price is an underrated Paul. I highly praise Mike McGann's portrayal of John, and Price is no different. He convincingly depicts Paul's frustration and deep-seated loyalty to his bandmates. Jeffrey Hughes.
By Neptune's knickerbockers, she's patted out.
Or maybe we should call a road service.
Can't no road.
And we're not subscribers.
Subscribers.
I'm not that big of a fan of Hughes' voice acting for Paul. I don't think he quite nails the voice for me, but he's okay. Lance Percival.
Does it bite? Why, it looks like John.
I am John!
It talks too.
Hey, stop that! I'm ticklish! Stop it!
Look out, he's falling down. Help me to find that doll, boys. I want to take it home. It belongs to me.
To me, Percival makes a much better McCartney impression. Kevin Maines. This 2014 British miniseries was not about the Beatles, but they do make an appearance. Maines doesn't get much more than a few minutes of screen time, but he does pass the looks test. Maybe he could have been a good Paul if given the chance. Gary Bakewell.
It's a bit rough out there.
It's not that, mate. It's a bit of a swell, that's all.
You call that a swell?
I call it mother's milk. My dad was a sailor and his dad before him. I'm the son of a sailor.
Bollocks.
Oh, thanks. It was my idea. Bit of a disguise for the lads. Change of identity. Just a bit of fun, you know.
And the name? Sergeant Pepper?
Well, you know those little packets you get on airplanes? Someone said to me, oh, could you pass me the salt and pepper? And I thought, salt and pepper, Sergeant Pepper.
Bakewell is the best Paul McCartney for me. He nails the voice, the looks, the mannerisms, and even his stage presence. We can all agree Paul had a distinct look to himself, and Gary is the closest when it comes to matching that. It also helps a lot that he was in one of the best Beatles biopics ever, Backbeat. So that's all the actors who portray Paul McCartney in movies and TV series. Which one is your favorite? Tell me in the comments.